Greetings and salutations. Grace unto you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. This is Wesley Webb, pastor of the Grace Baptist Church in Greater Downtown Metropolitan McBee, South Carolina, and welcome to the Higher Grounds podcast and today's morning minute meditation. Now, I'm interested today in Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17. You know the verse, iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. If you were to look a couple of words up there in Strong's Concordance, iron simply is iron as cutting. It's an iron implement, an axe head, and so on. The word sharpeneth just means what you think it does, to make sharp or to sharpen. Now, I am no expert in metallurgy, if that's even the right word, but I did do a little discovery and found out that different types of metals are especially useful in sharpening other types of metals. Now, it's all over my head, but it has something to do with the carbon makeup of each metal, allowing one to be useful in sharpening the other, and so on. Paraphrasing our verse, just like iron sharpens iron, so one person can sharpen another person. That's why it's important to be faithful to the house of God, because iron sharpens iron. That's why it's important to be careful as to the people we allow into our lives, because iron sharpens iron. That's why it's important for preachers to fellowship with other godly preachers, because iron sharpens iron. Christians sharpen Christians. But there's something I want to point out that very few consider. While it's true that iron sharpens iron, dirt dulls everything. For example, running a chainsaw and somehow you get it in the dirt. Doesn't take much of that until it's dull and barely cutting through the wood at all. Whacking away at a tree root with a hatchet and strike it in the dirt a few licks. Doesn't take much of that until it's so dull you'd be making about as much progress as if you were trying to chop it with a lead pipe. I mean, it's amazing to me that it takes something so similar in composition, iron sharpening iron, while something so dissimilar, so soft, so dirty, can dull a blade. Now, they say it's because of tiny rock particles in the dirt that are harder than the metal tool that breaks down the edge of the tool. All I know is this: we as Christians are sharpened by other Christians. We are sharpened by church, and we are sharpened by preaching, all of which involves contact one with another, that iron on iron. But when we get out and about in the world and we begin to make contact with the dirt and filth of this world, it starts to take the edge off and we become dull. So what's the lesson for us to learn here? Yes, we have to make our living in this filthy world. Yes, we have to live in this filthy, sin-cursed world. We have to even expose ourselves to a certain amount of the world just to sow the seed of the gospel. But too much contact with the world, too much world allowed into our lives, too much worldliness ingested in our spirit will dull the Christian as quick as dirt will dull a chainsaw or an axe. Iron sharpens iron, but dirt dulls everything. Well, that's all for today's morning minute meditation. Y'all have a great day, and remember, it is what it is.